dude, go ahead and get yours going. Drop the link in here real quick. RC Weaving says he hears me, so I'm going to stay on here until I see your link, Jeff. So the party is not over, you guys. There's 100 of you hanging out. I invite you to go check out. Go ahead and get Edwards, that's hilarious. He says, you're so cool, you're frozen. RC Weaving. Guys, see you in the comment sections of my videos. Appreciate all your support. The E-Flite A10 Ultra Micro is a fantastic little micro. Check it out. Watch the video. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it down. You know the deal. Click the links. But tonight I want you to keep the party rolling. I want you to keep it rolling for Hangar 51, Jeff in Lower Alabama. He's about to drop his link to his show, which he does Thursday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and he's about to go. It's 8 o'clock now. I'm waiting to see his link, and then I'm going to end this one. I'm sorry that I froze up, but
hey guys,
I was meaning to be a short show tonight. Anyway, thanks for all your
Ryan's
support.
Coming off.
Checking out the E-Flite Ultra Micro A10. Hope you like what you're seeing. And check out the channel, because I tell you what, I'm not sure notifications always go out.
I see what it is. It's a lag. Okay.
So check out the channel every now and then. Follow on social, Facebook and Instagram.
I'm listening to Ryan.
Stuff, so you don't miss it, because I will always blast out.
There we go. All right, so I just had to kill Ryan. I hated killing Ryan. Ryan had a great show, man. If you guys, make sure you check out Ryan's video, his UMX video. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, make sure you support Ryan. We got to support him as best we can, you know. You know, like, it's like whenever somebody, hey, how you going, Jason? Noons, how you doing, man? Plastic Knot. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate it. You know, Ryan didn't have to call me. Ryan did not have to call me at all and ask to do that, because I just assumed that, you know, I'm just a little guy, you know, sitting on a lily pad over here. So it's just like, I thought that was super sweet of Ryan. Sweet. Yeah, I'm just talking to Tuco. Sweet. Yeah, it was sweet. Trying to make everybody, get everybody run. What is going on, man? And YouTube has been acting funny. Hey, Pat, I'm trying to get you guys moderators. Things are moving so quick. But yeah, I try not to go late, because I'll get diarrhea of the mouse. Thank you, Augard. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. I mean, ever since I retired, I'm just trying to. I know I'm like everybody else. I want subs and stuff, and I'm not trying to make it to where, you know, I can do this for a living or anything. Well, in fact, since I retired from work, my living is now flying RC planes, man. I've been flying every day. Oh yeah, Ryan is the best. Heck, you know, like you guys, I've been watching him ever since he first started at Motion, you know, because heck, most of the time, because I was just learning when he was doing that. And I would go see how he was setting up a plane. If I don't get you a moderator during the chat, because it's going so fast. Hey, Jackson, how you doing, sir? Third day. Jermaine, good to see you guys. Ethan. Yeah, it's just like, man, if I don't go fly, it's just like I'm sitting there, and like today wasn't the best day to fly. The winds were kind of crazy. Thank you, Garrett. And I subscribe back to everybody. Yeah, Kenny, it's just like you, man. You live down there. You live down there in paradise. Hey, Raymond, how you doing, sir? And like I said, if I miss adding you a moderator in the stream, I'll get you when I watch. I always watch once the chat comes up, I look at the stream again, because my buddy Rick, if you're here, I appreciate it, buddy, but he can't hear very well, and he has to depend on. Yeah, Dennis. Yeah, I got you added as a friend in Facebook. I don't have a lot of friends in Facebook. I try to keep it low key, and I don't even know why I used my real name in Facebook, but I did finally. I have another Facebook, but it's I used to, when I got the page way back when, I used the car dealer that I just bought a Honda off of, so I used his name. Hey John, how you doing, sir? trying to add you moderator. I've got my computer sitting on a work table, and it's coming in kind of shaky bakey. Dennis Farley, sir. Third guy, Jackson, John, TNC. You guys getting a fly? Is the weather warming up north? it's like I quit watching. Hey Ryan, thank you, sir. I appreciate it so much, man. You didn't have to do that. We've been talking about your plane, man. They need to check out your video, because I could kind of tell in the stream that, you know, you got to watch the whole video, because Ryan puts out good information throughout the whole video. You know, on mine you can kind of, you know, I blab, and you know, I do my videos more like, you know, people just hanging out at the field flying, because I talk when I fly. My buddies that I fly with, not so much at this club I'm in now, but my buddies at the beach, we're harassing each other. It's like, oh, gee, next time you want me to land your plane for you, you know, that kind of stuff. You can't do anything without getting harassed. And if you crash, that's like my buddies, they would crash. One buddy, I won't mention his name, but he would crash a lot, because it's just like he flew EDFs, man. He flew them fast, he flew them low, and when you got trees and obstacles around, it wasn't always good and stuff. And you know, he was pretty good for a crash. Man, you just go right out and buy another one. The saddest crash I ever seen was he had the Freewing F-14, and he was coming in for a landing and clipped a tree, and a short tree, and hit that tree, and it just flipped the plane right straight down, nose first into the pavement. Oh man, it took us a while. That was just sad. I didn't like his crashes. Some of them I didn't even put up on the channel, because I just didn't feel right. But he didn't really care too much about it. But yeah, it was flying the Arrows RC F-15, man. And when it comes back in stock, make sure you use Ryan's link or one of your other influencers' link. I think Pilot Ryan Media, and then RC Marshall has a website too, and he has an affiliate to Hobby Zone. But you know, use whichever one of them, you know, that you want to support and stuff. I kind of send everything that I can send to Pilot Ryan's way, and Dave's. I do both. You know, like if Dave points something new out that I like, I'll get it there. But you know, those are my two main people that I buy stuff off of. And Jeff's Custom RC, every once in a while he does a Hobby King product and stuff, so I'll buy through him. But you got to support the people that have links. Yeah, I know my face is dark. You ought to see. You should have seen. We did teams at work, and it's like I had 3 windows behind me, and my camera was on me. It's like somebody, you know, like when one of the higher ups from somewhere, he goes, "Looks like you're in the witness protection program." I said, "You got that right." You know, he goes, "You got to move your camera." So I moved it over to the other side, and then the light from the other window had blocked it out just as well. Back in stock, I don't know what's back in stock, man. It's been rough. I finally, those of you who've been watching my Arrows F-15 videos, you know I've had a few off-road excursions into the tall grass. Well, today I finally got something in one of the shock absorbers, the strut on one of the rear landing gears, and it messed it up for a little while. And I had to check the grub screws. The grub screws were loose on one, tighten those up. So. Oh yeah, it is pay. I'll tell you what, man, the Arrows F-15 and the Freewing Avanti, man, they just eat that rough ground up. My Freewing original F-16 with the, you know, it's got the peg landing gear, and it holds up. The front one bends. It's not from the landings as it is from the takeoffs. But I've been driving up and down my runway and smashing the ground down. That's helping. This Saturday we're supposed to spread some sand, so I don't know. But I tell you what, man, I love that. I love flying that Freewing F-15, man. I just like flying it. It's not the fastest plane, but man, it just flies so great. And today's videos, and one of my flights, I tried to do. I tried doing because I've been doing Cobras with some of my planes. I mean, you know, they're not perfect Cobras, but, you know, in fact, I've even got one of my Arrows Viper videos. I did a nice little Cobra and then it rolled down and I took off again. But I kind of got a Cobra out of the free wing F-15. I might have hit, because you got to fly it just, like maybe 3/4 speed and then just pull up and hit the power. And I might have hit too much power and it climbed a little bit, but then I let it tumble down and stuff. And I'm starting to get a little more, flying a little more stuff with them, but I'm still going to keep it up high when I do things because I don't have people buying planes. And like I've bought so much, I mean, from November to January, the $1,000, Sony camera and all the stuff that went with it, several jets. So Linda asked me to chill it for a while, so I'm gonna chill it till I get to hit. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, if you haven't seen David yourself's F-15 flights there, he had a battery conk out on him, man. He got it in. Hey George, how you doing? Thanks everybody. Yeah, Ryan, I was expecting to see your F-15 video, but I know you've got to pace everything. You got so much to do. Because I don't imagine, I don't know how you do it, because it takes you a lot longer to edit your videos than it does me. What little editing I do takes time. Because ever since is Tug in here tonight? Tug Hill, yeah, there he is. He said, he kind of got on me about my videos, which I like that. I mean, it was good criticism, because I hadn't been doing them in 60p, 60 frames per second. So now all my videos are 60 frames per second, and that takes a lot more time to edit, because my notebook here doesn't have a lot of RAM and stuff. And I was going to upgrade my RAM, but by the time you upgrade the RAM, and it's just like everything else is slow. So I mean, it would help. But Eric, you're cooking. Oh yeah, we had tacos tonight, man. It wasn't Taco Thursday. But Mr. Ramsey, sir, how you doing? Good grief, man. Oh, this is hard to believe here. Thank you all. Thank you all for stopping in so much. I was going to go ahead and show you how I do. Hey, Ern. He's got secretaries. I don't know, man. It's editing videos is what's hard. I've got flights. I got flight videos. It's like now I'm in a position where if I don't like the video, I don't have to put it up. But yet I feel like I'm cheating. I'm cheating somehow, and it's not because I don't like it. Because I did something. If I do something stupid, I'll show it to you. Because that's just how dumb I am. But it's just I mean, a lot of times I don't aim the camera properly, or if the flight's kind of boring, because I usually video the first flight of a plane. Now I'm starting to video every time I put the jet up, I'm putting a camera on it. But it came out well. I think the second Avanti flight's got more stuff in it. Thank you, Tug. I'm trying, man. And like once I can get Linda, I can get someone out there. I've got the same camera that RC Air Marshal has, and I think even now GB has it too. And I mean, it is fantastic, but you got to have somebody to run it. I've been setting it out on the runway and getting the landings with it when I can land in the box, and I've been doing better about doing that. Hey, Ern, how you doing? In the Aeros 15, I'm running a Lemon receiver with a satellite, and I've got it set up pretty well. I show in one of the videos. How's that, Ryan? I show in my videos there. I'll show where the receiver is set up there on it and stuff. In fact, if I can get out of the chair, I can get it and show you. Here's where I have my receiver. Hopefully you can see that. It's taken a while for it to come up, but I've got my receiver taped in right there. I've got one antenna running forward. I got one running back. I have the satellite up here, and I've got one lead running up to the nose and running back here. So And then I put 12-inch extensions in it to get all the leads to come up underneath the battery tray. 4 screws, comes out, goes in real easy. Got it set up. I push the battery back as far as I can get it. And usually it's, I can stick a finger. I can stick my chubby little finger in here, and there's space between the 4000 battery. But the wires back there, you can't see it, but the wires are just a nest. And then, yeah, but this is a great plane. I mean, the landing gear, and it just feels, it feels so balanced. That's what it's just amazing. The plane is just amazing. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And let's see, let's give you a tour of the rack. I showed the plane rack last week, but now I have I have coasters on it. I have wheels, so we can wheel it around and wheel it out of the way. And once I get rid of the 2 motorcycles, I have a lot more room in here. But we got bites on them, but but you know what it's like when you try to sell something, man. It's just like until somebody shows up with the money. But well, I fly far away, Gary, with my stuff. I mean, I think the same people that are having troubles with Admirals and Lemons are probably the people that are having troubles with Spectrum stuff too, because you have to be real careful when you do a range check. It's like when I first put it in my F-15, I did a 360 range check, and when I got out like about this much of an angle out in front of the plane, the signal would drop. And that's when I had the receiver in the back. I had it back in the mess back there, up under. So I knew. I just took everything out. I was at the field, as a matter of fact, and I just rearranged it up on the top deck and ran the wires up there. And then I didn't get the signal drop anymore in the nose. But you got to do a 360 range check. I think that's key because you got so many carbon rods. There's carbon reinforcement rods running through a lot of these planes. They'll hit it. The electronics will. The battery wire to the ESC lead, that could interfere with it too. So you just gotta be diligent in your range check. I see people just like run it down the inner runway. Fat guy flies. I see he does a range check. I mean, it's not a bad range check, but if you got a little signal loss there, you're not going to see it. So. Yeah, hey Roland, people don't like those stickers, but if you go to RC groups, there's people that have peeled the stickers off. It didn't even take the paint off the plane. I think that might be hurting the sales, to be honest with you, is those stickers. So that I think that I don't know why I got this on. I'm not going to play any videos tonight, but you just feel more important when you have a headset on. Because I was going to show a videos that FNRC. He's leaking another Arrows plane, but of course it's not an official Arrows release until we see it on Pile Orion's, because it doesn't really do any good to go out there and look at it, until you can get it up there. Yeah, Tug, you got to do a good range check. Heck, I'll even, like if I got somebody out there, or I'll even, lean a plane up against the car and do the bottom, when I first go out there, because man, I tell you what, it's just I've had my Fly Zone Beaver, the Island Wings Beaver. I love that plane, and I had a dead spot in the front, and I flew with it because I could catch the signal. But then finally, I just said nuts to this, and I moved the receiver. It was the rod where I had my receiver mounted up inside where the wings go. The rod was causing the interference in my receiver. You just gotta, I'm sure I've lost planes, that were probably, because I would just literally, any space I could in there, I would just go ahead and double-sided tape, stick a receiver in there, you know, and I've had some ASX right out of the box that were bad too, and you can see it. You can see it up there. It's right above my head. You can see the 1.2 meter Spitfire up there on the maiden video. I did a range check with that, and everything was fine. I took off with it. Thank God I was running video. I took off and did a left turn, and I lost everything. I couldn't do anything. The gear was still down, and it just glided down and hit one of the trees there at the Chernobyl. The like the old videos you see, it looks like we're flying out in the middle of a World War II blown apart, industrial area. But and it hit the tree and bounced in. But I called Horizon about it, and I was just wanting a receiver, and I think I broke one of the um, servos was damaged. That's all I was asking for, and they were so nice. They sent me a plane, and then I told them I could probably fix it. I told them when I was talking to them on the phone that I could probably fix it with no problem. But they went ahead and sent me a plane. That's why to this day I've been eating. Like if something's wrong with a Horizon plane, a servo or something, I figure I still owe them probably close to $100 that they gave me with them, and they gave me that new plane. That was so nice. Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, those stickers will pull off. I like that. I like the paint job on it. I think it looks good. Yeah, it's just I've had two bad ASX receivers. The original Carbon Z Cub, I had a bad ESC and a bad receiver. They sent me a new receiver, and I didn't bother to ask them for the ESC. I just went and got another ESC and stuck it in there. And when they sent me the new ASX, I've got it. I got it laying in there. I'm going to bring it down to the Pilot Ryan fly-in down at the Imperial RC Club in Florida, and I'm going to give it to the RC Air Marshal. Yeah, you got to, George. Exactly, man. You got to do that range check. Yeah, I usually walk out until it quits working and then come back in and then just keep going around. I do a complete circle. I once I get a good range check, and as long as I don't make any changes, I don't usually do another range check. Occasionally I will, but I don't do it every time. Yeah, Tug, I think there's several fake ones out there, but wow. Yeah, you got a great camera, Pilot Ryan. Yeah, I've had good with them, good pay because they can look. At that time, I was buying a lot of planes. I mean, I was buying a lot of planes. I was building, because like when you first start flying, once you get to where you can fly, it's like every plane you've ever liked is because I'm an aviation nut. So there was a whole list of planes that I wanted to get, and I got. Yeah. Yeah, Barry, you got to do, if you buy the bind and flies, they usually put them in well. Newts, he posted a video with the E-flite F-15 today that he did at FPV flying with, and his ASX was glued upside down. So of course he crashed. Yeah, my big planes that I posted some big plane flights this week. The Flex Cessna 170 and uh, my Sig Cadet Senior Sport. I don't know what the sport is in the sport, but I mean, it's not very sporty. I did a roll, and I'm running pretty high rates on those big ailerons. It still tumbles around, but the after that flight of the Sig Cadet out there, I had 70 some percent left on a 4006S, and I flew. I think I flew for. I don't know how long the video is that I flew. I think I flew 8 or 9 minutes, so I could have flew another 8 or 9 minutes. Yeah, just make sure you use the links, man. Use Pilot Ryan Media, or if you got another influence, use them too because it helps them out. And I think I think, you know, we're not only helping Ryan out, but I think Ryan helps us out. I know he helps me out a lot. You know, I don't mean shout outs either. I mean, it's kind of nice when you can see a plane that's set up, you know, out of the box, set up and it flies. Like because I got my arrows F-15 in the air pretty quick, and the only video there was one of the other guys that changed the linkages. You know, he didn't use the factory linkages. He changed up, you know, put all the linkages up close to the servos and far away on the control surfaces and stuff. And I wasn't going to do that. I was going to try to fly it stock because I was like, why can't I fly the stock? You know, I mean, I don't have a lot of EDFs, but I've flown a few, you know, and I pretty much know what I'm doing, and I went real conservative with my throws. I don't usually use 3 rates, but I did, you know, and like now I'm using what are my high rates on the Arrows 15 and running 80 and 100, you know. Hey Don, how you doing? But yeah, I like using, you know, I look at the manual. DX, you bought a fake DX. Oh man, that would make me mad. Yeah, because I've had two DX9s. Uh, I gave my first one to a buddy of mine, to Dave, because he was flying the 3 DX6Is. He had 3 of them, and I was like, Dave, you know, I mean, because you know, I just didn't give it to him because I'm, you know, a crazy guy or anything, but he's helped me out so much and stuff. And when when one of my gimbals went bad and I had to send it in for service, I bought another one because I was pretty upset and I didn't know how long it would take. But Horizon, you know, they didn't charge me anything to fix it. I think that whatever it is you got to pay, the money you got to set $50, and they fixed it and tuned it up. And I was having another problem with it too, and they said there was nothing wrong with it, but I never had that problem again with it. And then so I gave Dave that. You know, it was supposed to be a trade for a plane to be named later, but I never got a plane. I never asked him for a plane. In fact, oh well, that's all I'll say about that. But, you know, just trying to help him out. Oh man, you want to talk about tonight was funny. When I figured I better, because our ground's so rough, I better go over my gear on my Arrows RC F-15. You know, check all the grub screws and everything because I had one of the landing gear was loose. I noticed it was loose when I did my last flight at the field today, which I did something stupid again. But I mean, it wasn't that bad. But I've done dumber things. But anyway, I had a loose landing gear, so I was fixing that tonight and tighten that up. But you know, it's just just maintenance. You know, that's why I'll come out here in the garage and I'll grab a plane and go over it. You know, tug on all the control surfaces and make sure they're good and everything. Hey LJ, how you doing, sir? Barry, Raymond, everybody. Yeah, I'm wearing my old shirt. I don't like this design. This is the first shirt that I did, you know, and I don't like it. I like the round ones that got the Jeff and Lower Alabama round on it, you know, and I'm gonna, you know, I was thinking of doing it. It's out of whack, but I'm happy with that emblem there. I'm not a graphics artist at all. The JF I did in Paint, you know, and I put it up there, and you know, I mean, if I had the software, I could do stuff. Hey Wayne, how you doing, sir? Let's get you a moderator. I got to start looking at this chat a little better over here. I'm just like, my mouse is acting funny. I probably need new batteries. I've been saying I need new batteries. my my Bluetooth keyboard and mouse types funny, but it's time for Spike the Lights mug. Get a little Spike the Lights juice. I guess we'll go ahead. I'll show you how hard it is to do a control surface. You know what I mean? It's like when you have a control surface that goes bad, There are many ways to fix it. You can put, people put CA hinges in them, pin hinges. They use tape. What I use is Woodland Scenics foam tack. It's this white stuff. It costs it's like maybe $12, $14 a bottle. It lasts. This bottle I think is 3 years old. It doesn't get hard. I just put a couple blobs on there. I take your plain old everyday hobby brush, and I just take it and I brush it. I put a thin coat. Put a thin coat in there. And when you're through, I'm only going to do one. I guess I'll do both sides. Might as well do both sides. So I'll have this thing done. And the arrows F4 oh, this isn't the arrows. This is my tower hobby. Okay, so you just paint a thin coat, then you take a damp cloth, and I suggest you don't use one of your wife's dishcloths. No, this is one of my garage cloths. I know better. Linda would kill me. Had a little thick there. Because it's water soluble, you just cleans up like that. I'm gonna put my cap back on my bottle so it doesn't dry out. And you just swish the brush in the water. Play with it a little bit. Who doesn't like playing with a brush? I know I like playing with a brush. And that's it. And then you can use this. I've used this probably 5 or 6 times doing different planes. And that's it. That's how long it takes. And I've never had a foam tacked hinge rip out. Never. Never. Never had. Never. Never. Tuco is in bed. Tuco had a good day at the field today, man. We were running around. He's been running. He's getting braver out there, man. He'll go off in the woods, clear on the other side over there. Kind of scares me, man, that he goes away. But he'll if you call him, he'll come. He comes. He's pretty good. And if nothing else, he'll give you the look, like a little kid looking at you when you try to get him to stop from doing something. Yeah, because let's see. Right there, the super zoom. You can see, I was doing some 3D stuff, Jeff's 3D with it, don't get me wrong. And it was, going around, and I whacked it in. It just whacked in. It hit bottom of the fuselage first, whacked in the ground. It's hit so hard, and I had one aileron on it that I hadn't used the foam tack on yet. It broke completely off, but everything else held on just fine. But oh yeah, it just, and you can use the beacon foam tack too. But the only problem with the beacon foam tack, one, it's not water soluble, and if you get it on a little thick, then you're going to jam up your hinges. But this, you can just wipe it on. What I did right there, I usually, then let it dry a little bit and then flip it over and bend it over and do the other side. It's not even a full beer job to go ahead and use the foam tack. It works great. Because I don't know about you, but where I damage most of my planes is not, not from flying or anything like that. It's like I'll bang them into the door jamb or I'll bang them in the hangar. It's just I'm hard on things. I'm hard on my planes. It's like today I noticed I got a dent in the Arrows F-15, and I just, I was a little bit depressed, and I broke off one of the little wingtip things, so I got to glue that on tomorrow because I don't know if I'm going to fly tomorrow. Oh, thanks, Tug. I hadn't even looked. Yeah, thank you all for subscribing to Subscribe Tonight. Yeah, I never really cared about subscribers. I've been doing YouTube. I had before I had a channel called See Me Do, just one see me do. Back when YouTube first started, and I had some motorcycle videos on it. We built a land yacht sail car. I had some sail car videos on it. It was mainly just, so my mom could see the kids and stuff. And then I kind of lost interest in that. And then there was some, like, he wasn't a rap singer, but some, I don't know, hip hop artist called See Me Do that somehow got my channel. He got my channel and I couldn't get my channel back. So that's why I went See Me Do, See Me Do. And the See Me Do is from a buddy of mine in high school. His uncles and his dad, they used to go over to the racetrack in Omaha and bet the horses. And, they had a hot tip on a horse called See Me Do. And they won a lot of money on it. So they named their black lab See Me Do. And he was a cool dog. So that's how I got connected with See Me Do. But then I just quit. I quit using it as a YouTube and went to Jeff in Lower Alabama. Because I always sign everything Jeff in Lower Alabama or Jeff in LA. So it just made sense. Because I tell you what, Alabama's a tall state. There's a big difference between, up north there, northern Alabama and lower Alabama. A big difference. Yeah. Yeah, hanger rash is terrible, Pat. Yeah. And then, I've seen, like damage in servos. The only problem I've ever had with servos has been usually because I've stubbed them on the control surface. My buddy Rick, we were flying, and he just had to see, he probably had maybe 3 flights on his new Tundra, and he accidentally kicked the elevator and it stripped the servo. I felt so bad for him. But yeah, I had some nice flights today. I flew the Arrows RC F-15 was the jet today. I flew the F-15 so I could get JCB, asked for a hand tossing demo. And then the stupid hatch flies off because I didn't get the battery leads tucked in the place where I normally put them. But yeah, it's just crazy, the things that go wrong. But I got out there early today, so it was a little after 9 when I got to the field because I wasn't going to stay out all day, and I ended up staying out until I ran out of batteries. Man, my text is froze up. The chat, I can't see the chat. I can't see Rocky. Cut me, Rocky. Mickey, you gotta cut me. Let's go out here. Let's get the stream up. But I got out. There we go. All right, so now I can see it. Ooh, I hate looking at it that way. Holy cow. I guess so. I don't know. There's just something. I don't really like the way I look and stuff, but I've been working on losing some weight. I can do it. I can lose weight. I started gaining weight when they were giving me steroids and crap for this and that. And I was like, I was like talking to the doctor. I was like, why am I gaining so much weight? Because I wasn't eating anything hardly. I wasn't eating anything more or eating anything less. TNRC. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start flying early coming up here when it starts getting hot, that's for sure. Yeah, it's like the wind was only supposed to be 3 to 5 miles an hour today, but it was blowing more than that out there. Of course, that's the way it always. I don't care anymore. I flat out, straight up, don't care. Yeah, you can see that the Avanti video I posted. Man, the wind. It would go from calm to in the teens. I mean, I'm probably talking mid-teens. You can see it ripping my shirt and stuff because I wear that shirt because it's a sun blocking shirt, and I always forget to tuck the tails in. Like when I do the hand toss, I got to tuck the tails in because like the last one that I did a touch and go with, it got snagged up in my shirt. Yeah, man. I used to shoot. I used to leave here at 5 in the morning to get to the field. As the sun was rising up when we flew at Toth. Toth was only my videos at Toth Stage Field. It takes about 8 minutes to get to that. I miss flying there because of all the 1,500-meter runways and stuff. It was great. Yeah. Oh man, that stinks, Tug. Threw a football and destroyed a plane. Yeah, my other dog Rocky, I used to take him to the field flying and stuff, and he was kind of he was good, but he liked people. Hey, Robert, how you doing up there, man? You still causing problem for RC Radio Reviews, man, Robert? Yeah, these are the garage planes. I got the house planes too, KB. Tyler, Taylor, yeah, Tyler, yeah. Yeah, I used to buy a lot of planes. I've traded a lot of planes. I've sold planes, but I'm not the independent plane reviewer. I mean, I'd love to have every new plane that comes out, but my buddies they were telling me, like Jeff, you just got to fly the planes you've got until you can fly them really well. So that's what I'm doing. I got enough to mix it up. That's funny, Robert. I like it, man. I think he likes you in there too. Yeah, I gotta get back into OpenTX school. Kenny put a great video out in OpenTX, and I've yet to watch it. I've just been so busy. Like yesterday, I didn't go fly yesterday, but there's stuff in the air. It's like my eyes, they feel like they're all puffy and stuff. But they're working the field, so there's dust in the air, and the ragweed and everything is out there. Oh, Kyler, I'm sorry. I said Taylor. I'm sorry. It's funny, Kyler. It was like once I get a name, I hardly ever forget it. But getting me to learn the name, it's like I'm like the Rain Man. Thank you, Chi. Need more EDFs in here. That's probably what you're saying, man. Hope you're feeling better, man. Yeah, I kept looking for your show yesterday, and then I saw GB was on, so I went over there for a while. But GB, I can't stay awake, man. Because I go in cycles where I stay up late. It's like, heck, I've been going to bed like at 10 and waking up at 3:30. Last night I got some sleep a little bit, even though I woke up in the middle of the night. Yeah, Tug, it does. It covers it. It's like everything else. You got to have proof, though. It wouldn't bother me if I lost all my planes. I just buy new ones sooner or later. No, I don't want to lose things that way, no. But I'm telling you, man, our grill it's got like little tables that come out and they're slanted down just a little bit. I put my DX9 on the table on the grill, all the way up touching the grill. The antenna, tip of the antenna was touching it. And I went inside because I needed to. One of my control surfaces was loose on the Arrows RC F15, so I wanted to go ahead and re-CA that control horn, and that system idle vibration was sliding it off. It was hanging. I don't know what was holding it up there. It was hanging like this. It would have fell 3 feet onto the cement, and then I would be ordering a DX or an NX10. That's how close I came to getting an NX10. I was like, holy cow. I bet, Robert. Man, that's OpenTX is just like, I mean, I'm so impressed with it. I have always really been impressed with it, but I've always said I'd rather spend time flying than programming. But now that I have more time, but even yet, yeah, proof of purchase, yeah, Tug. And I'm sure I don't have it on. I mean, we've got receipts, but guess where the receipts are? The receipts are in a file cabinet in the house. Yeah, I saw those, Ethan. I saw they had some on sale. I looked at it, but trust me, man, right now I don't want to buy a plane. But if I was buying a plane, if I was going to order a plane right now, if I didn't order an EDF, I miss my E-flite 1.2 meter Corsair, the Marine Corsair. I love the colors on that. I had that thing so far away and I lost orientation and it smacked to smithereens. The only good thing is I've got two perfectly good sets of landing gear from it and stuff. It even smashed the motor to smithereens. It hit so hard. Yeah, it's just I don't know if it's ragweed. What bothers me is the pine pollen, but it's too early for the pine pollen's a couple weeks away. That's what really bothers me. Yeah, but that would be a plane I would like to buy in the 2 meter T-28. Bad landing gear and all. Heck, I figure I'd get the landing gear from the Avante and put it on there or something. I saw was it Paul? They did a mod on the landing gear, but he gave part numbers and I didn't write them down. Robert. Yeah, I like I like P51Bs. I don't care that much for the Ds. Yeah, I mean, you can see I'm still that crash and then another crash that my FMS 109 that I smacked in. And that was another case where I was flying far away, low in the shadows of the trees, and it was the one with the green camouflage on it, and I just lost it. Hey Ricky, how you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's just but I mean, you got to be realistic about buying planes, It's like it's easy to get sucked into wanting to buy new planes to hopefully get new viewers and things like that. And I just try to run things like we're a bunch of friends out flying. I mean, that's how I prefer to do it. Is just you're out, just like if you were out flying with me, that's how it would be. I'm laughing, I'm woo, they look at me kind of funny, but they're doing, those guys were pretty animated too. Who doesn't get excited when you stick a landing? And yeah, he had the free wing F4. Bruce did, man. He flew that really well. He flew all of his EDFs really well. Hey, that's nice, George. Oh, the wife. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. When Linda was working out here during Corona, man, she was counting all the planes I have in the garage and she missed like about five, I didn't tell her, but she goes, "You realize you have, about 30, whatever it was, 34 planes." I was like, "Oh, is that all I've got? I should get some more." Now she's pretty good about it, but I'm telling you, man, my best advice Bruce ever gave me is Jeff, don't buy one plane at a time. You'll hear about it. You hear about one plane. Where are you going to put it? That's what they usually always say first. Where are you going to put it? Not how much it costs. Where are you going to put it? He said you got to buy two or three planes at a time. That way you hear the same amount of guff, but you hear it for three planes instead of one plane, and that works great. But at the same time, I got to be financially responsible and stuff. She says, "Whoa," so we're whoa. Now, if my local hobby shop still sold planes, then I could kind of squirrel away my carrying around money, and go pay cash for it. But no. So 2 to 3 planes. No, 100 plane mark. No, I'll never do that. Because if Perry would have happened this year, I would have probably took 3 planes to Perry. I usually take 3 to 5 there every year and sell them. But it's tough now because I took away the last planes that I didn't care. I still have a couple that I don't fly. I've got one of those Hedrons, It's a Delta prop, and it's got thrust vectoring and stuff. I mean, it's a nice flyer, but I mean, if I want to fly something fast and zoomy, I'll fly the Havoc Racer. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Robert or Richard, when they go out of stock, that's why my buddy Rick, he used to buy because he's a scale guy. And that's who I bought my Flex 170 off. That's why you don't see a lot of stickers on it because he wanted to look more scale. But he would buy like two plain, like two of everything he bought just in case it went out. And then he had, of course they had a 5 bedroom house, and yeah, I think he had 3 bedrooms full of planes because he had a hangar full of planes, but it wasn't a big hangar. But I never got to see the bedroom full of planes. But he would go pull stuff down. Hey Jeff, you interested in this? You know. Yeah, Tug. I mean, it's like I bought planes that I didn't care for. Like one plane that I bought that I was so disappointed with, but everybody else's flew well, but mine never did, was the VTEL, what is it? The VTEL, oh, the little Bonanza, the VTEL Bonanza that Hobby King sold. I love that plane. I love the way it looked. Mine would not fly. Now, I think the battery they recommended was an 1800. I didn't have any 1800s. So I tried flying it with 2200s. It didn't fly. I tried flying it with 1500s with weight added, 1300s with weight added, and I could never get it to fly. I mean, I could fly it, but as soon as I did a loop or something, I could tell my CG was off. And maybe the weight that I put in it messed it up or whatever, but I was so disappointed. The E-flite Blue Angels. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of with Dave on that E-flite Blue. I mean, that E-flite F-16 flies great. Wes, I think that's one of Wes's favorite EDFs. And Gavin was flying that down at the Toys for Tot fly-in down at the Imperial RC Club, where the Pilot Ryan fly-in's coming up. It just looks like it flew so nice, but I don't think that landing gear would work well off my ground, or I'd have one. I think if I was buying an EDF right now, what I would probably buy might be the T33 or the FMS F18 as recommended by Eric Quinn. Because I love an F18. I like those a lot. Those would probably be one of the two that I would get. The Griffin just doesn't do much for me, or the Raphael. I like the MiG-21 too. I love the way it looks, and of course the Freewing F-22. Those would be the planes that I'd be interested in getting. I've been looking at Facebook, man, but I don't see anything that any of the deals that Cheese getting or Jeff's Custom. I don't see any deals like that. They show like a old balsa plane from 1966 that's all beat to heck. Yeah, Tug. I had a buddy at the beach, man. He got one of those buildings put in that he moved all those planes into and put an AC in it too. Because my steel building doesn't have power out there, and it gets hot. It's just like the sweat box. Yeah, I'm just going to try to get planes I love to fly, and the planes that I don't love to fly or I can't fly off the ground off there, I'm gonna take them to Perry and get rid of them. Because when I get a table out at Perry, I bring 5 planes, man. Them things are usually gone by. I usually get there. We usually get there between 8:30 and 9. My planes are usually sold by 10. That's what kind of price I put on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna shut down in time for Kenny. In fact, I was just thinking that it's getting close time to shut down. But any questions? I mean, the Arrows F-15. I mean, I've got a lot of flights in that. Hey, Paul Hatcher, how you doing, sir? But I'm using a 4000. I don't have any smaller batteries to try in it. But it's like today's flights. Flight one, when I came down, because I ran full power a lot in that. I came down when my time expired and I had 14% left on the battery. Flight two flew about the same amount of time, but I didn't fly full power, maybe a half to three quarters most of the time, and I came down with 40%. So I mean, so if you run that thing full speed, it sucks the juice. Because I measure my batteries after every flight just so I can get an idea, and I adjust my timer. Because sometimes I'll come down, if I've been flying fast, I'll come down, like, after the 1 minute mark, maybe. Or if I'm learning a new plane, like I babied that plane, I'd come down to give myself time for a go around, but I never used to go around. I was still landing. Hey Frankie, how you doing, sir? Well, guys, it's getting close. It's getting that time to shut her down. I appreciate everybody for coming by. I can't begin to thank Pilot Ryan's always been a big help. He helps us out, and I don't want to infringe upon Kenny. In fact, as soon as I'm gonna leave this monitor I'm using. It's about like this monitor. I'll leave it out here, and then I'll bring it in tomorrow morning, and got to take my laptop in and stuff and get set up for Kenny's show. But man, I tell you what, I thank you all for coming. I'm gonna try to do this every Thursday, and and I'll come up with different things. I don't know if you like the hinge things, but people just kind of, I don't know. I see people, like on dynaplanes, this works great. Every dynaplane I got, I do this to right out of the box, whether it needs it or not. Yeah, Chi, don't worry about it, man. Che, I called you Chi again, Che. That's because I've been drinking the Spike the Likes juice. All right, guys, we got to get out of here because Kenny's coming up. I thank you all for coming by. It's great. Make sure you see Kenny. Joe, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. I wish Tuco was here. We'll try to get him to come out. Peanuts, he'll do anything for a peanut. But I appreciate it, guys. Shay, we missed you last night, buddy. I think I can speak for everybody when I say that. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you all for coming by. This is Jeff. We're in the garage, Lower Alabama, baby. Oh, no, it's not a garage. This is a hangar. Woo! Bye. Bye.